Tyler Johnstone, he pretty healthy year, right? I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
he was good.
Tyler had to work through it. It was tough. He just didn't, pop right back out there, but he got better as the season went on. If you study the film on him, there were some rough spots in his game early on, but I think, the last half of the season, he was close to playing at the same level he was before he got injured.
What kind of shot does he have at the NFL?
That's interesting. It's going to take a certain team, a certain club, that is going to want the athleticism. He's never going to be a 330-pound offensive tackle, but obviously there's a lot to his athleticism. A team that does like to spread it out, and I can't really name that team right now. I think he's definitely worth taking a shot on, I think.
What do you think of TCU and their front?
Just
what they do.
Yeah, I got a tremendous amount of respect for TCU and what they do. They have a very nice scheme, very nice system. Going to create some problems with their movements, their slants and angles and overlapping linebackers and defensive linemen. They create some problems for us up front. So we've got to really be on our mark and be ready to analyze where they're coming from and then helping back into gaps and whatnot before we climb to the second level. So we've got a challenge there.
They have a few undersized guys in their front seven, right? That bring a lot of speed.
Well, their linebackers are not real big, but they can fly. Their defensive ends are kind of like our outside linebackers, tall, rangier guys. They have some suddenness to them. Their two inside guys are big-bodied guys. Yeah, big-bodied guys. So, and like I said, the movement that they do is what really creates the problems with slanting into gaps and then overlapping and into another gap. So you got free hitters trying to come in.
Is it different than the other stuff you've seen this year?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit different structure than what we've seen. I mean, it's still, they're always going to try to find a way to get an extra hat in the box, whether it be a corner from the boundary, whether it be a safety creeping down in there, the outside linebacker plugging from the field. They're always going to try to outnumber you in the box, and that's where we're going to have to be really good on the perimeter as well. So, I like our plan. I like the way it's shaping up right now. Let's just hope we can go out and execute it.
Now, ASU was really aggressive, but were they more straightforward?
Yeah, ASU is a different animal than these guys. These guys aren't going to lay it all out there and play zero coverage. They're going to have safeties deep, so they're just going to try to do it with basically their 6 or 7 guys, in that box area.
Going off of what Aaron said, is there a Pac-12 team that kind of resembles the TCU defense?
I'd say right now maybe Oregon State from what they do with their movements up front. I'd probably say Oregon State in that regard. They're a 4-down team, 4-down structure, but really are kind of playing almost 3-down personnel or principles in a lot of ways.
You see from a guy like Mike Miller, when he's obviously he had some pedigree going to Boise State, was obviously talented enough to play at a D1 program, but what made you think about bringing him in as a tryout?
Well, I played with his dad and knew his dad and watched Mike out of high school. And, he was a kid that I felt had some upside like Matt Pearson, that could come in and help us. And, Mike's done a good job. He did have a setback with some injuries that he missed, once he did get out here, missed some time. But, he's showing some good things. I'm excited to see him this spring after a good off-season in the weight room.
What's that first week or two like for guys who make the tryout and then get into practice? Are they catching their breath? Do you kind of throw them in there?
Yeah,
is there always a predictable thing?
Yeah, it is. They're dazed and confused, but I don't have a lot of time to get them caught up. But Mike's really assimilated things pretty well. Yeah.
Going forward, you're going to lose obviously the whole left side of your line for a second straight year. But a lot of guys have talked about Jake Hansen being a guy they could see filling, maybe moving Tyrell to left tackle. What can you forecast at all what you think 2016 will look like on the left side?
Yeah, we'll see how it all shakes out. I mean, I think I have a lot of options as far as where the personnel lines up. All my young guys right now, I'm very excited about the class that's redshirting this year. And you're going to see some new faces out there. There will be quite a few new faces out there, but we have enough mixture of older guys and veteran guys, like Tyrell, like Cameron Hunt, that I think, we'll be able to mix and match and see where we end up as far as the personnel goes. I don't want to think about that right now. I got enough on my plate, man. Jeez.
Leave that for February.
Yeah.